In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to set up unbilled charges and expenses in QuickBooks Online. We'll walk through how to enter billable expenses and then how to add those unbilled charges to an invoice so you can make sure you're getting reimbursed by your customers. Follow along in your own QuickBooks Online account if you'd like. First, let's enter a billable expense. From your QuickBooks dashboard, look for the button labeled Create with a plus sign. Click that and you'll see several transaction types to choose from. For billable costs, you can use a bill, an expense, or a check, depending on how you're recording the transaction. Go ahead and pick the one that fits your situation. The process is basically the same for each. On the transaction screen, start by entering the payee. This is who you paid, like a vendor or supplier. Next, select the correct expense account so your books stay organized. For example, this might be job materials, subcontractors, or travel, depending on what the expense is for. Add a clear description that explains what the charge is, so it's easy to recognize later when you're invoicing the customer. Then enter the amount you paid. Now this is the key step that turns a normal expense into an unbilled charge. Look for the checkbox labeled Billable. Click that to mark this expense as something you plan to bill back to a customer. Once you check Billable, you'll see an option to choose the customer or project. Select the right customer so QuickBooks knows who this cost belongs to. When everything looks good, click Save and Close. You've just created a billable expense that will show up as an unbilled charge. Next, let's add that unbilled charge to an invoice. Again, click the Create button and this time choose Invoice. Select the customer you assign the billable expense to. On the right-hand side of the invoice screen, you'll see a panel labeled Add to Invoice. This panel shows all the unbilled charges and expenses that are linked to this customer. Review the list and decide what you want to include. If you only want to add specific items, click Add next to each one you want to pull onto the invoice. If you're ready to bill the customer for everything outstanding, click Add All. QuickBooks will automatically bring those lines into the main body of the invoice for you. Once you've confirmed the details and made any final adjustments, click Save and Send to email the invoice to your customer or save it to send later. That's all there is to it.